I want to go back to where you started from, Mr. Tewari. You talked about the several rights that you provided to people. Do you believe that will decide these elections? Because while urban India and the media there, we may yell from the rooftops about the rupee, we may talk about the stock market, etc., not taking away their importance. But eventually, in this country, you are going to see people there in rural India who are going to decide which government comes. And do you believe that the measures, whether it was Narega, whether it's the whole DBT transfer, Aadhaar, and several other schemes, could be the game changer? And somewhere the media seems to be missing that.
Well, I think the missing piece, not only for the media, but for corporate India, is that we opened up huge rural and agricultural markets for them. Let's go back to 2004, when India was actually simmering rather than shining. When you had a de-acceleration in agricultural growth in 2000-2001, it was negative, minus 3.8 if I remember correctly from the top of my head. And then you had the UPA paradigm of inclusive growth. When we empowered rural India through the rights-based entitlement architecture that we built, we've also opened up those markets, for corporate India. If the buying power of people in rural areas, and let's remember that 65% of 1.2 billion people still live in rural areas, went up, the end beneficiary of that was really corporate India. And that's the piece which corporate India is missing out on, because not only FMCG goods, but the moment a person becomes economically better off and he starts going up the economic curve, his entire lifestyle or his aspirational index changes completely. So to say that the UPA government tried to create an urban-rural divide, whereby
I'm not saying that.
You're not saying that, but that's a criticism which is made, and made by certain very eminent economists who occupy the edit pages or of various very, very influential newspapers in our country. But be that as it may, this argument which is being made that we created this urban-rural divide by channelizing the entire resource of the exchequer towards rural India, A, is completely flawed, because if that was the case, then how do you account for 8.1% growth in GDP? And B, presuming hypothetically it was true, I think the blowback of that in terms of benefits did accrue to corporate India also.